Thank you. Just one day after President Trump's impeachment, Democratic presidential hopefuls got the chance to tell the American people why they deserve to sit in the Oval Office. Reaction to last night's debate is all over social media this morning. Just 7 candidates qualified for the debate, including Minnesota-owned Senator Amy Klobuchar, who had a standout night. Now, according to the account TwitterGov, exchanges between Klobuchar and Pete Buttigieg over campaign donations and experience accounted for 2 most tweeted about moments during last night's debate.
Again, I would, Mayor, if you had won in Indiana, that would be one thing. You tried and you lost by 20 points.
Let's talk about how
Yeah, people were saying she grilled Buttigieg. Klobuchar also had the second most speaking time behind Senator Bernie Sanders. And her performance sparked the hashtag Klomentum. Of course, President Trump and impeachment came up quite often. Former Vice President Joe Biden called Trump's removal a constitutional necessity. Trump even was the most tweeted about politician last night, followed by Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi. The candidates talked about the economy, job creation, trade, and climate change, and came to terms with the lack of diversity on the stage. Andrew Yang actually asked, "Why am I the lone candidate of color on this stage?" He ended up with the least amount of speaking time. There are 4 more debates scheduled in January and February of next year, but the criteria to qualify for those debates hasn't been announced just yet, so we don't really know who will be on the stage for that one. But yeah, everything this morning, all the headlines, articles are saying Klobuchar had a standout night. She had a lot of great, solid responses, and a lot of people are saying this is going to propel her forward with her campain.
Yeah, and this was the Klobuchar that a lot of people already know, especially here in Minnesota. Yeah. This time she just made it known to the rest of the country. I think she did direct it at Buttigieg. I mean, he's been climbing in the polls. And it was also because she's really trying to win Iowa. And Buttigieg is also a Midwestern guy. And so both of them are fighting for it right now.
Should be interesting going forward.